Hello dear students, today I am here with the next video of chapter The World of Living. In this video we're going to discuss the differentiation between the living and non-living things along with the classification of living things, where today we'll discuss the classification of plants. So the differences between the living and non-living things are: living things, they are made up of cell, whereas non-living things, they lack cellular structure. Living things, they grow, non-living things, they do not grow. Living things, they need food and water to perform life activities, whereas non-living things do not. Living things, they breathe and respire to get energy. Non-living things do not breathe or respire. Living things, they respond to various stimuli, whereas non-living things, they do not respond. Living things, they reproduce, non-living things do not reproduce. Living things, they excrete the unwanted waste or material present in their body, non-living things do not. Living things, they have a definite lifespan, whereas non-living things do not have a definite lifespan. So you have to write this in a tabular form in your notebooks. Next is the classification of plants. So plants are classified firstly on the basis of their height, size or shape. Means either the plants are very small, or they are medium, or they are tall. So the first plant on the basis of the height is your herb. Herbs, as you know, they are very small plants. Their height usually ranges from a few centimeter to 1 meter. They have green tender stem with few branches. They have a soft and green stem. They usually live for 3 to 4 months. Examples are your coriander, mint, tomato, etc. These are the certain examples of herbs. Next type of plant is your shrub. Dear students, shrubs are medium-sized plants, usually having a height of 1 meter to about 3 meters. They are bushy in appearance, as you can see in this picture. The bougainvillea plant, it is having a bushy appearance. Rose is another example of a bushy plant or shrub. Hibiscus, it is another example of this plant. So these plants, they have thin and hard stem with branches that arise near the base of the stem. So you have to know the examples of shrubs also. Next is your trees. Trees are tall and large plants, generally over 3 meter in height. They have thick and hard stem, which is called trunk. Neem, peepal, mango, these are the certain examples of the trees, and they live for many years. Next is the classification of plants on the basis of their lifespan. On the basis of lifespan, they are classified into three: annuals, biennials, and perennials. Annuals are short-lived plants, means the plants that survive for only one season. Many seasonal flowers or vegetables and crops, they are the certain examples of these annual plants. Biennial plants, bi means two. So biennial plants, they live for 2 seasons, or they complete their life cycle in 2 seasons. In the first year, they have a vegetative growth, and in the second year, they bear the flowers and the fruits. Carrot, radish, and turnip, they are the certain examples of your biennial plants. Last is your perennial plants. So these plants, they live for many years. They produce flowers and fruits number of times in their lifespan. And mango, guava, neem, they are the certain examples of your perennial plants. Here are some other examples of annual, biennial, and perennial plants. Next is your classification of plants on the basis of their flowers. So dear students, there are number of plants on the earth. Some plants, they bear flowers, while other they do not. So plants which bear flowers, they are known as flowering plants. And the plants which do not bear flowers, they are known as non-flowering plants. So the examples of flowering plants are your mango, neem, rose, sunflower, grasses. They may be the examples of flowering plants because they bear flowers. Whereas in non-flowering plants like mosses and algae or fern or mushrooms, they do not bear flowers. They reproduce through spores. Now, the classification of plants on the basis of habitat. Dear students, habitat is a place where plants or animals live or get food and interact with the environment. So, habitat in simple words is a place where animals live more comfortably or plants live more comfortably in their natural surroundings. So this can be classified into two groups: terrestrial habitat is also known as land habitat, and your aquatic habitat. Aqua, that word is related to water, so it is a habitat which is in water. So further, your terrestrial habitats, they can be deserts or mountains or grasslands, and your aquatic habitats can be ponds, rivers, lakes or oceans. So, on the basis of the natural habitats, plants have been classified into three categories: mesophytes, xerophytes, and your hydrophytes. So, your first plant is your hydrophytes. Hydrophytes, they are the plants which grow in watery areas or swampy areas. These plants, they need maximum amount of water, hence they grow in water. They do not have roots, or they have very small roots. They bear leaves which are coated with a thin film, and this film help them to protect them in water. Examples are your water lily, lotus. As you can see in the first picture, the leaves of the lotus plant, they are waxy, means their leaves are covered with a waxy thin layer so that they could be protected from water, and they require a maximum amount of water for their survival. Next is your mesophytes. Dear students, these plants, they grow on land and they need a moderate amount of water for their survival. They have medium sized roots and bear normal green leaves. Examples can be your mango, apple, banyan, etc. These plants, they require moderate amount of water for their survival. Next is your xerophytes. Xerophytes, they are the plants which grows in desert. They need very small amount of water for their survival. You have studied in the junior classes also about the cactus plant. That cactus grows with a very small amount of water in desert region. These plants, dear students, they have long roots which go deep into the ground. They bear thin and spiny leaves to minimize the loss of water. So they have a thick and fleshy stem also. This stem plays the role of leaf. This stem prepares food for the plant. And as roots, they are deep in the ground, they absorb water for the survival of these plants. Cactus, babool, these are the example of xerophytes. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about the classification of plants on the basis of their nutrition. Thank you and have a nice day.